Are you thinking about buying a condo in the future? Do you have concerns or have any questions relating to condo fees? Finding all this information out can be difficult, especially with all the other decisions you have to make with this major purchase. In this video, we'll talk about all the major questions that customers have about condos, so you'll be better prepared with your next condo purchase.
Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
So before we begin, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips on home buying, click the subscribe button below, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Home Buyer School. Today I'm joined by Karen McDonald, a community manager with Brookfield Residential, and today the question we're going to answer is what's included in condo fees? And this is part one of our two-part series on condo fees. So Karen, probably one of the most common questions you're going to get is, so what's included actually in condo fees?
Yeah, and it is something we hear all the time. What's included in condo fees, Carl, really depends on what type of multifamily home you're buying. So say with an apartment style, you'd be buying the maintenance of the exterior, the landscaping, snow removal, all common areas. But with apartments, you'd also have some kind of central utility included, your heating, your water, possibly electricity, cable, that kind of thing. Townhomes, redivided townhomes, you'd be paying for just the exterior maintenance, the landscaping, snow removal, the insurance on the building, maintenance fees, and the reserve fund as well too.
Do you find, and I want to touch on the reserve fund after a bit, but do you find that the condo fees are higher depending on the type of multifamily you're
Absolutely,
in?
absolutely. When you're considering the total cost of condo fees, you have to know what you're paying for and compare it when you're buying a townhome as well too. In an apartment style, you will have some utilities that are included in that condo fee. So while that may seem a lot higher than say a townhome, and a townhome where you are metered for your own utilities, you're probably paying that separately from the condo fees. So think about it as a whole.
Yeah. So you were mentioning the reserve fund earlier. What does that mean?
The reserve fund is an amount that is allocated out of the budget for any kind of future repair, maintenance of common areas, exteriors. So over time in a new build, it is built up so that any kind of repair or maintenance over time needs to happen gets taken out of that. In an older condo apartment style home, you need to kind of check and see what the reserve fund is in advance and see if it is something that in 10 years we'll be able to maintain the common area. Is
it something more for, obviously I don't think in a new build there would be that much reserve fund, right? But if like for a resale, it's something that you definitely want to take a look at because is there anything preventing you from asking if they've withdrawn from that reserve fund? You should be able to find that out, absolutely. In a resale, you should be able to go to likely the management company and find out what repairs have been done if the reserve fund has been tapped already. In a new build, you are protected to some degree because you have things like your warranties in a new build that you don't necessarily have any kind of maintenance or repairs that need doing right away. So there is a difference between the two. The information should be readily available to you though to find out. Can you mention any other items? I know you mentioned maintenance and some utilities. Anything else that the condo fees or usually go towards?
Really, overall, it is that maintenance-free lifestyle. So when you're looking at the landscaping, the snow removals, all of the utilities, it could be the recreation facilities. Swimming pools, if that's included as well too. I mean, as a whole, you have to look at the whole building. You look at the whole development. Some people have daycares that they would be paying for within their amenities. So there's so much to take into consideration.
So I guess with a multifamily that has a lot of recreational or amenities, right? I guess the condo fees you expect to be a little bit higher.
Absolutely. But that's the lifestyle that you're paying for.
That's true.
If you're buying something that way, you're looking for that fitness center, you're looking for that swimming pool, that daycare, all the amenities are included.
Do you think that, is it possible to opt out of certain kind of fees? So like, oh, well, I'm never going to use that weight room or I'm never going to use that swimming pool. Do I have to continue paying for that? Is
yes,
that kind of right?
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
If you're buying in a development that has all of those facilities available, you're buying into that development.
Okay.
And so that is, it's a must, it's an absolute. The only way to opt out is to not buy there.
Okay. So how do you go about paying these fees? Like, do you pay monthly? Is it included in your mortgage? How does that work?
You would be paying on a monthly basis to the management company. You would set that up in advance with the management company specifically. It is, again, separate from your mortgage.
So there's a perception that sometimes condo fees can be a little high. How would you go about addressing that?
Well, I think it's, again, determining what you're paying for within the condo fees. To a large degree, you're paying for the same thing in a single family home. It's the maintenance, the insurance on the building, reserve fund, landscaping, snow removal, all of that. So I think it's just that the perception is that along with all of the utilities, and if you have a higher, what seems like a higher payment, then it's kind of a waste of money. But it really is the lifestyle that you're looking for, and to a large degree you're paying it in a single family home as well too. It's just not in a tidy fund every month.
Okay, well, I never really thought about that. Last question for you then, is there a cap on condo fees? So is it sort of like, well, this is the maximum you're gonna pay ever in condos, or is it just kind of open?
There is not. There is no cap on condo fees. It is, again, depending on what it's maintaining. And depending on largely the cost of escalating pricing, on landscaping contracts, maintenance fees. If there's repairs to be made in general common area, that's going to cost. And so it's something that every home buyer has to take into account.
That's true,
but in general, I'd say the cost of inflation is what they should go up on a yearly, every second year basis.
Yeah, but it depends, I guess, on the property that you're buying, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great, perfect. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Remember, this is part 1, so tune back in for part 2. You'll see that on top there, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyersschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.